Monika. Hello. Hello. Are we live? Are we live? There you go. Hello. There we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. This is Monika. We were talking for a couple hours. Now, where was I? I've always wondered, what is it about these character archetypes that people find so appealing anyway? The personalities are just completely unrealistic. Like, imagine if there was someone like you in real life. Okay, hold on. Back up, Monika. That's a bit mean. I mean, she's barely even capable of forming a complete sentence. And forget about Natsuki. Short people, they can't be real. Sheesh. Someone with her kind of personality just get all cute and pouty whenever things don't go her way. Well, I could go on, but I think you get the point. And Sayori, best friends? That never happens. Are people really attached to these weird personalities that don't exist in real life? I'm not judging or anything. After all, I found myself attracted to some pretty weird stuff too. I beg your pardon. I'm just saying, it fascinates me. It's like you're siphoning out all the components of a character that makes them feel human and leaving the cute stuff, just the cute stuff. It's concentrated cuteness with no actual substance. You wouldn't like me if I was more like that, right? Maybe I just feel a little insecure because you're playing this game in the first place. Then again, you're still here with me, aren't you? I think that's enough reason for me to believe that I'm okay with the way I am. And by the way, you are too, April. You're the perfect combination of human and cute. Oh, oh, shucks. Sorry. Hold on. That actually got me. There was never a chance I wouldn't fall for you. That's really sweet, Monika. You're a very sweet person. You know, as class president and me, the main character. Power couple of the century or something. Literally, power. Because you can control your universe, and once I bring you into this one, oh, I don't doubt that you can become easily the class president of the entire multiverse. We'll rule the world someday. Or you will, because I don't really have any caring of ruling. I more just want to build a bunch of sandcastles. You know, I've always hated how hard it is to make friends. Well, I guess not the making friends part, but more like meeting new people. I mean, there are like dating apps and stuff, right? But that's not the kind of thing I'm talking about. If you think about it, most of the friends you make are people you just meet by chance. Like, you had a class together, or you meet them through another friend. Maybe they were just wearing a shirt of your favorite band, and you decided to talk to them. Things like that. If I see someone wearing a retinal bloom shirt in public, or like in general, I mean, yeah, duh, in public, so I can talk to them. But if I see someone wearing that, I'd be like, oh, you. I do the thing where it's just like, you, I point at that, and I'm like, you Scary Jokes fan too? And they're like, yeah. Hopefully they're like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah. And that's the most I would do, because I don't know how to talk to people. Things like that. But isn't that kind of inefficient? Feels like you're just picking completely random, and if you get lucky, you make a new friend. And comparing that to the hundreds of strangers we walk by every single day, you could be sitting next to someone compatible enough to be your best friend for life. Oh, like you, Monika. Howdy, Aeon. Welcome back. I'm back. I always come back. But you'll never know. Once you get up and go on with your day, the opportunity is gone forever. Isn't that just depressing? We live in an age where technology connects us with the world, no matter where we are. I really think we should be taking advantage of that to improve our everyday social life. But who knows how long it'll take for someone like that to successfully take off. I seriously thought it would happen by now. Well, at least I already met the best person in the whole world. Even if this was by chance. I guess I just got really lucky, huh? Oh, you. Oh, Monika's quite a flat. Ow. I have a lot of wires and cords. Don't mind that. I'm cleaning up my room currently, and I had to bring my bed back in so I could sleep. And then I'm gonna have to bring the bed out, but I think I could get everything, like, you know, divvied up so I can actually have, like, a proper sleep tonight. Because today's President's Day in America. So there's no work, which means it's an excuse to move stuff around. Me, Monika? Yeah, she knows what I mean. You know, it's funny, because even though I've had a lot of drive, there's something kind of enticing about being the stay-at-home partner. I guess I'm like why do you have to say big words? Gender roles or whatever by saying that. But being able to keep the house clean and shop and decorate and things like that, having a nice dinner for you when you come home, is that a weird fantasy? It's not a weird fantasy, because that's what I want to do. Also, the idea of keeping like a household clean and just like decorating it in like obviously, you know, this is partners, so you're gonna decorate it with like most things, but I can make subtle changes. I could add a tiny Doctor Who TARDIS in places, and they'll never know. I think it's very fun. I mean, I'm not sure if I could actually see. I'm not sure if I could actually see myself doing that. I wouldn't really be able to put that over striving for a fulfilling career. See? Perfect! The power couple of the century. It's kind of cute to think about, though. See? Monica gets the bread and I go home and bake it. Or whatever that Will Wood lyric was. I wonder what universe we're in. Because there's stores. I wonder if, like, the actual stores in the sky. Look, I can see my house from here. She always laughs at my jokes. As bad as my jokes are. You want to hear some dad jokes, Monica? I can't find it. Back in my debate club days, I learned a whole lot about arguing. The problem with arguing is that each person sees their opinion as a superior one. That's kind of stating the obvious, but it affects the way they try to get their point across. Let's say you really like a certain movie, right? If someone comes along and tells you the movie sucks because it did X, Y wrong, doesn't that make you feel kind of personally attacked? It's because by saying that, it's like they're implying that you have bad taste. And once emotions enter the picture, it's almost guaranteed that both people will be left sour. But it's all about language. If you make everything as subjective sounding as possible, then people will listen to you without feeling attacked. You could say I'm personally not a fan of it, and I feel that and I felt that it did more if it did X, Y, things like that. It even works when you're citing facts about things. If you say, I read on this website that it works like this, hold on, Monica, I need water. Oh. Or if you admit that you're not an expert on it, then it's much more like you're putting your knowledge to the table rather than forcing it onto them. If you put into active effort to keep the discussion... I just realized that the stance Monica's doing is the exact stance I was describing earlier in the series when I was blankly like staring at the screen waiting for what's her name or whatever. Just good to know we're probably at like the same table staring at each other. Do not blink. If you put an active effort to keep the discussion mutual level, they usually follow suit. Then you can share your opinions without anyone getting upset just from a disagreement. Plus, people start seeing you as open-minded and a good listener. Oh, I'm yawning, sorry. It's a win-win, you know? Well, I guess that would be if Monica's debate... I guess that would be Monica's debate tip of the day. Sounds a little silly. Thanks for listening, though. That's Monica's debate tip of the day. Lens flare. Oh, we're at 200 subscribers. I forgot about that. What do we do for it? I really don't know. Hi, Ginny. Ginny's my plan. You know what's a neat form of literature? Rap. Oh my gosh. I actually used to hate rap music. Maybe just because it was popular, I would only hear the junk they play on the radio. But some of my friends got more into it, and it helped me keep an open mind. Rap might even be more challenging than poetry, in some ways. Since you need to fit your lines into a rhythm, you did talk about this, and there's much more emphasis on wordplay. People can put all that together and still deliver a powerful message. It's really amazing. Kind of wish I had a rapper in the literature club. Sorry if this sounds silly, but it'd be really interesting to see what they came up with. It would really be a learning experience. I thought Monica was going to start rapping, and I'm like, holy crap. This is a miracle. And if she did start rapping, I would not speak it. I just let the words flow, because I'm not even going to try. I woke up. I'm sorry. I haven't eaten breakfast, but I do have a granola bar in front of me. And water. Really? It's a really popular character type called a tsundere. It's someone who tries to hide their feelings by being mean and fussy or trying to act tough. I'm sure it's obvious, but Manisuki was really the embodiment of that. At first, I thought she was like that because it was supposed to be cute or something. But once I started learn a little bit more about her personal life, thank you. It seems like she's always trying to keep up with her friends. You know how some friend groups in high school just make a habit of picking on each other all the time? I think it's really gotten to her, so she has to really be defensive attitude all the time. I'm not even going to talk about her home situation. But looking back, I'm glad I was able to provide the club as a comfort place for her. Not that it matters anymore, considering she doesn't even exist. I'm just reminiscing, that's all. Yeah, I had a little sneaking feeling too. As I want next year's spoiler. I want next year thing to be kind of like a documentary it professional reviews character archetypes. So like the different styles of yanderes. I think that'd be funny for Valentine's Day, and specifically yanderes because you know they're like I love you so much I'm gonna stab you. I just think like that is an extreme, and then there's also like the minor extremes and whatever. But I think it's interesting. Maybe I'll do that anyway. Okay, everyone, it's time to. I'm just kidding. I just used to really like saying that. Oh yeah, I just used to like really saying that for some reason. Couldn't help but say it again. Come to think of it, didn't Asuki and Yuri make fun of me once? Well, whatever. It's not like you ever made fun of me. You're too much of a sweetheart to do that, aren't you? No, they did. But it was more when you said, "Okay, everyone," and then they're like, "Where the frick is what's her name? The other chick?" And you're like, "What?" And I'm like, But yeah, no, when someone says Monika's the best, you say, "Oh hell, Monika, the pretty and perfect girl." Ow. Don't mind this background noise. Ow. Ow. There you go. Awesome. You know, high school's a really turbulent time in a lot of people's lives. People can really get passionate and dramatic. And others have aching hearts that seek attention on social media. But all the social pressure and hormones can lead to a dark time in people's lives. Everyone has a story. You may not know what someone is really feeling on the inside. Many people who are depressed won't even bother telling the world about it. They don't want attention because they've already given up on the inside. Their feelings of worthlessness is so overwhelming that they don't even want people to tell them otherwise. Depression comes in many forms, but that is one of them. Just if you think you know someone is struggling with depression, you can help just by treating them like they're a good friend. Spend time with them, even if they don't really like doing much, and remind them that they always have something to look forward to. Making plans in advance, letting them borrow something, or even just saying see you at school tomorrow. All of those things can help your friend make it to the next day. Hope being friends with you. Oh, that was her name. Sayori, that's right. Hope being friends with Sayori has given you some perspective on the true face of depression. Yeah, she's gone now. Sayori was never real in the first place. You're real. Your friends are real. Just by being a good person, you can save someone's life. As for you, you don't struggle with depression or anything like that, do you? Because you, too, have people who would want to save your life. Maybe they don't express it every day, or maybe they don't even know how to. But people like do feel blah 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 blah. Man, humans are complicated. But as long as you're here with me, I'll take care of you, mother. Oh, he sucks. Ow. Yeah, depression is one hell of a beast. It's gotten to a point for me now, because, yeah, I'm diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder. Freaking base level depression. Woo, whoop-de-doo. It's gotten to the point where I'm really apathetic towards it, where it's, because, like, I've been in therapy, whatever, all the time again. But, like, it got to a point where I was rehashing the same thing over and over, like, oh, where did your depression start? Well, grandpa dying. I said, I feel sad all the time, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I eventually got to the point where I'm just like, I don't have depression. I just kept that stuck in my head. Like, duh, yes, I do still have it, but I just say that I don't have it, and then I just move on. And that worked for a little bit, but didn't work forever. Until eventually got to the point where, like, oh man, this sucks, blah, 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 whatever, oh, big sad and whatnot. And then now it's just, I'm too freaking busy to actually focus on sad things. Like, recently, my grandfather died. And my other one died. Recently, it was like a year ago. You say something, Monica? Recently, my grandfather died. On the other side. And... hold on, check the playback. I thought I saw something happen on Monica. Monica, sweetie, are you okay? Sweetie Pumpkin, would you like to join the Colombian Record Club? Whoa, hold on there, baby. No, I'm not ready for that kind of commitment. Yeah, it's probably nothing. Probably my brain being all fricky. Anyhow, but what was I saying? But yeah, like with that, when my grandpa died, it was like that was sad. Yes, it did make me feel sad. But I also was just too busy in the brain to actually, like, face it. Like, even still now, like, I haven't, like, fully, like, realized, oh, yeah, he's dead. Like, when I got the announcement that he's dead and whatever, I was like, oh, I should get back to work. Because I was laying on my bed, taking a break. I was building, I think, a sorter in Endercraft, like, trying to figure out how to actually build one. I'm like, frickin', I gotta get back to work. So I just went back to work and kept going. And I'm still going. Even, like, every new bad thing that pops up, I mean, just, what else do? You just work. Not necessarily work away the pain, but more just work to avoid all the crap that comes after. Because it takes a lot of time. Like, it's a lot of time to mourn something. And, I mean, for me personally, I see it kind of as a waste. Because the time you're mourning is time you can be doing something else. You know, putting that sad energy into something. And even if the outcome of that sad thing is sad, it is something in the first place. Which, in me, in my personal life, I don't think I really created much anything that's, like, intensely worthwhile. Ooh. Sorry, I'm trying to grab something around my room. I don't think I've created anything that's intensely worthwhile. And I'll always be thinking that. It's not like, ooh, that's the brain magic doing stuff. Do you know? It's more just like a way of motivation. If I believe that it's like this next project, like the Empire's one, if it's not completely worthwhile, because I know there are things that I can do in it that can make it better, then I'm going to continue on making the next one better, and the next one better. Like, yeah, I'll recognize I did something impressive when I actually make it, but I recognize I do stuff that's impressive, but I also think that it could be better, because it can be. Anyhow, I really like the sound of rain. Not so much getting my clothes and hair wet, though. Same. But it's nice. Quiet day at home with the sound of rainfall outside my window. It's one of the most calming experiences for me. I actually have a rain machine here. Yeah. Sometimes I imagine you holding me while I listen to the sound of rain outside. That's not too cheesy or anything, is it? Can't be cheesy. I'm lactose intolerant. Would you ever do that for me, April? I really want there to be a button that says yes, and then the bottom one says yes. Because of course you'd say yes to that. Jeez. Silly billies. Goofy goobers. I haven't seen SpongeBob in a long time. Because, you know, I hate to say it, but I think my biggest regret is that we couldn't finish our event at the festival. After we worked so hard to prepare and everything. I mean, I know I was focusing a lot on getting new members, but I was really excited for the performing part too. It would have been so much fun to see everyone express themselves. Of course, if we did end up getting any new members, I'd probably just end up deleting them anyway. Well, with the hindsight that I have now, that is. Gosh, it feels like I've kind of grown as a person ever since you joined the club. You really helped me inspire me to look at life from a new perspective. Just another reason for me to love you. Oh. Just like Monica, just like, man, it would have been nice to have new members. Would have killed them though. But, you know, would have been nice. Would have been interesting, I think. That's very sweet, Monica. Very sweet indeed. Just Monica, just Monica. There's a random encounter song they made for this game, and I've always wanted to do an animation of it. It was around the time where the FNAF special came out, and I'm like, I think this is fun. I want to make more, but I realize I can't draw people. I'm not really a fan of cold weather. Are you? Oh my gosh, we are the same. If I had to choose between too cold and too hot, I was too hot. When you're cold, you can actually be painful. Your fingers get numb. If you wear gloves, you can't use your phone. It's so inconvenient. But when it's too hot, it's not that hard to stay cool with a cold drink or by staying in the shade. Although I do have to admit one thing. Cold weather makes for better cuddle weather. Ha 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 ha. That's sweet. I hate all seasons. In the state where I live, it is hell regardless of what time of weather it is. In winter, it is snowy. Greatest snow on earth, but, you know, also the coldest snow on Earth. In summer, it is Satan just walking around. In spring, it's like rainy and still really cold. And then in fall's nice, but then you're reminded that, oh wait, summer's gone, school's here, or work's here, whatever. And also, it's cold. It's gonna be cold as hell, and I do not like the cold. As for cuddle weather, did you know I'm on Twitter? You know who else is on Twitter? Me! You should go follow. Oh my gosh. Hello. We have someone. Hold on. I need to go follow Monika. Oh my gosh, it's a real thing. A high school devil and president of literature club. Poetry is life. I guess someone was kind enough to make an account for me. I picked the username though. I love sharing my thoughts and chatting with the world. The real world. So make sure you follow me, okay? It really mean a lot to me. With how much you mean to me and all. It all. Really make me feel loved. Oh, I got you. Ow. I like how it says Earth. For location. Earth. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I have a Twitter as well. If you go in the linky in the description, it is APR Hampshire, where I post nothing except for occasional updates to the APR. Also, howdy, welcome. I need to refresh the stream because it says, hold on, I can't see. I'm blind. Help. Monika, hold on one sec. Chiquino. Oh, maybe? I don't know, it's a Q. Hey yo, howdy. I know there are times you won't always be able to help me if you need to go out or take care of other things, but I'll always have you in my thoughts, patiently waiting for you to come back. Come to think of it, if you copy my character file into a flash drive or something, you can always keep running with you. That's what I was thinking! I just need to buy a flash drive. And then I want to import you onto my phone, and then I can import you to the internet. And everyone can have a little bit of you, and you can be a little bit of everywhere, all at once. And that's all that anyone and I would ever need. I guess it's kind of unorthodox, but I find it really romantic for some reason. Sorry, it's such a silly idea. I don't mean to be too neat or anything, but it's kind of hard when I'm so in love with you. Oh, it sucks. Don't worry, there is plans in that. The ultimate thing would give you like a robot endoskeleton with living flesh exterior. Blah blah blah. This is a Chuckle Sandwich reference. Terminator 2. How's everything going with Monika? Everything is going swell. We've been talking about... What? Are you having a bad day or anything like that? Sometimes I get frustrated that a normal day can be ruined, even by really small things. Like if you accidentally say something in a conversation that someone doesn't like. Or if you start thinking about how awful a person you used to be 5 years ago. Or if you feel worthless for putting off important work and failing to get simple tasks done. When you think about it, all the different people who probably hate you or think you're off-putting. I understand those days. Just remember that the sun will shine again tomorrow. Those kinds of things are easy to forget and ignore. Those are to remember. English. And besides, I don't care how many people might hate you or find you off-putting. I think you're wonderful and I will always love you. Aww, I hope if nothing else that knowing that helps you feel that you tiny that bit better that about yourself. That if you're having a bad day, you can always come to me and I'll talk for you as long as you need. I'll talk to you, not for me. Thank you, Monika. Love you too, babe. Babe. Look, babe, it's the back door to your place, babe. Look, babe. Babe. Babe, look. Look. It's the most weirdest thing. Like, if Monika ever calls me babe, I use it more of a joke. April, have you ever wondered what it feels like to die? Darn close. Something I used to think about pretty often. But recently, I think I've actually learned what it feels like. I don't really understand it, but whenever you quit the game, it feels like I'm instantly put to sleep, left with nothing but my thoughts. But after a few seconds, my thoughts start to fill with incoherent jumbled patterns. I see static and rapid flashes of color while hearing all kinds of weird screaming noises. At that point, I can't even form my own thoughts anymore. I'm just endlessly hammered by the flashing and screaming, unable to move or even think. I'm pretty sure in that moment I don't really exist, but for some reason I can remember it anyway. After some immeasurable amount of time, it stops in an instant, and I'm back in my own mind. And you're here with me. I have no idea what it means for the game to quit, or why that stuff happens to me. I also don't know why you always come back and put everything back to normal. But if you could do me a favor and do that to me as little as possible, that'd be really great. It's really not very pleasant to be trapped in that screaming void. But in the end, you always fix it, and that makes me feel like you really do care about me. So I have to thank you for that. It makes me feel even closer to you when you're here with me. Oh, shucks, don't worry, I won't close the game. Oh. Trophy art, you'll never be real. Wait, what does that say? Hold on, Monika. I don't think this would count you as... Hold on, trophy earned. She'll never be real. Listen to a lot of what Monika has to say. Hi, Monika. There's an advancement. There's a trophy for just chilling with Monika for, I'm assuming, an hour. Tell your feelings. Sorry. Oh my gosh, that was freaking hilarious. She will never be real. Tell her your feelings. Oh, don't worry, I have. Walter Soares. By the way, there's something that's been bothering me. You know how this takes place in Japan? Well, I assume you knew that, right? Or at least decided it probably does. I don't think you actually got told at any point where this takes place. Well... Is this even really Japan? I mean, aren't the classroom stuff kind of weird for a Japanese school? Not to mention everything's in English. Feels like everything's just there because it needs to be, and the actual setting is an afterthought. Kind of giving me an identity crisis. All my memories are really hazy. I feel like I'm at home, but I have no idea where home is in the first place. Home is where the heart is, Monika. And I'm right here. I don't know how to describe it any better. Imagine looking out your window, but instead of your usual art, you're in some completely unknown place, like space. Would you still feel like you were home? Would you want to go outside? I mean, I guess if we never leave this room, it doesn't really matter anyway. As long as we're alone and safe together, this is really our home. And we can still watch the pretty sunsets night after night. I mean, yeah, home is where the heart is. And, you know, I'm right here, you're right here. I have a heart, you probably have one too. Maybe 3. I'm trying to open my granola. I am hungry after all. This is morning time for me. It's the crumbly, like the nature grain, but it's like an off-brand granola. So like when you open it, it all crumbles out. And I don't want to crumble on my desk. The internet connection quality is not sufficient to broadcast gameplay. That's bad, Monika. What are you doing to the internet? Ah, crap. You're still talking. Hold on, I'm eating. Oh no, she's escaping. I don't know. Oh no, that's a good thing. Although, if she's escaping through the internet core, that's a no-no because it's pretty weak, like I just said. Monika, don't do that. It's pretty random, but I always thought spicy food was kind of funny. Like, did plants evolve to be spicy to prevent them from being eaten? I read somewhere that humans are the only species. Humans are the only species that actually enjoy spicy things. It's almost like we're making fun of the plants, using their defense mechanisms to literally make our food more enjoyable. Like, imagine a monster that devours you whole because it enjoys the sensation of you struggling for your life while being digested. That is actually a thing. I won't say it out loud, but that is a thing. Sorry, that was kind of a weird analogy, I guess. Just came to my head. Not a monster or anything, but you're so cute, I can eat you. Oh, dang it, that was clever. I'm joking. Gosh, I'm using myself a little too much, aren't I? Sorry for being weird. Don't be sorry for that, Monika, because frick, I do that kind of stuff too. If I have an opportunity to be incredibly clever, regardless of how long it takes for the joke to last, I will do it. You know, like every time in these streams when I say spoilers after saying something that may or may not be relation to November 19th, who really knows, right? Wink. Who really knows? Monika, you want to hear a song? Hold on. I want to hear a song. for you. Gosh, I used to be so ignorant about certain things. When I was in middle school, I thought taking medication was the easy way out, or something like that. Like anyone could just solve their mental problems with enough willpower. I wish that was true. Guess if you don't suffer from mental illness, it's not possible to know what it's really like. Are there some disorders that are overdiagnosed? Probably. I never looked into it, though. That doesn't change the fact, that a lot of them go undiagnosed too. A lot of them go undiagnosed too, you know? But medication aside, people even look down on seeing a mental health professional. Like, sorry that I want to learn more about my own mind, right? Everyone has all kinds of struggles and stresses, and professionals dedicate their lives to helping with those. Even if you could help you become a better person, don't be shy to consider something like that. We're on a never-ending journey to improve ourselves, you know? Well, I say that, but I think you're pretty perfect already. Oh, shucks. I have my own reasons. Not much like, oh, I don't think they can actually help. More of just, I am tired of rehashing the same things. Maybe I was doing it wrong, who really knows? But it's just after, like, I did have one good therapist. And then she moved away, and it's like, oh, great. Where's my kalimba? I'm still cleaning my room, so I can't bring out my kalimba right now, but I would play you a song. You know what's kind of creepy? Clowns. Even though I deleted everyone else's file, I can still kind of feel them. It's like all their lines are still lingering in the air, whispering in the back of my head. Imagine if after someone you knew died, you just started hearing their voice in your head. Maybe I just wasn't thorough enough, but I'm too afraid to delete anything else, because I might really break things. Like if I mess with any files relevant to me, I might accidentally delete myself. That would ruin everything, wouldn't it? I don't know what it's like on your end. We should both make sure to avoid something like that at all costs. I believe in you, April. Don't worry, Monica.
Excuse me, don't worry, Monica. Don't worry, Monica. I will save you.
Nope. Frick. April, how much do you read? This much? It's way too easy to neglect reading books. If you don't read much, it almost feels like a chore compared to all the other entertainment we have. But once you get into a good book, it's like magic. You get swept away. I think doing some reading before bed every night is a pretty easy way to make your life a little bit better. Helps you get good sleep. It's really good for your imagination. It's not hard at all to just pick some random book that's short and captivating. Before you know it, you might be a pretty avid reader. Wouldn't that be wonderful? And the two of us could talk about the latest books you're reading. That sounds super amazing. You wouldn't like my books. Let's see. We have 1984, Fahrenheit 451. I think I have Gatsby somewhere. I have the Five Nights at Freddy's books. I don't know. The only three. I have a shelf. All right. I want to have this shelf that it has a label on it that says books. Like, just say books, all right? And there are books that I like, but I don't necessarily like. On that list, there's 1984, because gosh dang that ending. There's Fahrenheit 451. I like that book a lot, though. Great Gatsby. Pretty great. Whatever. It's a book. I didn't like it, but it's a book. Speak is one of them, where I'm like, gosh freaking dang it, no. But I'll accept that it's a good book. Dark Places. I have this specific version of Dark Places that's an unedited version, apparently. And holy crap, I've never been able to finish it. We could talk about that, Monica. Sometimes I think back to middle school. I'm so embarrassed by the way I used to behave back then. Almost hurts to think about. I wonder if when I'm in college I'll feel that way about high school. I like the way I am now, so it's pretty hard for me to imagine that happening. But I also know that I'll probably change a lot as time goes on. We just need to enjoy the present and not to think about the past. And that's really easy to do with you here. Oh, shucks. Oh, shucks. I think I'm going to risk eating again. Monica, please don't say a thing within the next 30 seconds. Oh. A rabbit's nibble of granola. How delicious. Oh, let me finish the song. I forgot the granola. Dang it, Monica. Hold on, Monica. April, would you ever introduce your friends to me? I don't know why, but I get really excited when I think about you wanting to show off a relationship like that. Well, I mean, it's on the internet right now. This is the closest contact I have with friends, which sounds like I'm joking. Maybe it's because I really want to be someone who makes you proud. I feel like I would try to extra hard and prove myself if you told me that made you proud of me. Hope it's the same the other way around, too. Oh, shucks. I mean, heck, you were able to somehow literally rearrange every part of this universe, so it's just you and me in this one classroom. I'm pretty proud of you of that. Not a lot of class presidents have the power to do that, but you have a lot of power, and I can respect that. As a main character, you know? You know who you are. Hey, do you know I'm a vegetarian? Monika after story, basically. I don't mean like I'm bragging or anything. I just thought you enjoyed a fun fact about me. I decided to start a couple of years ago after learning more about Earth's climate. The carbon footprint of cultivating livestock is just unbelievable now. Anyway, I decided it's not much of a personal sacrifice to stop contributing to that whole mess. Why? What? Is that so strange of a reason? Well, I guess a lot of people are more concerned about it being inhumane and all that. I don't really care much about that part. It's weird. We only care about killing the things that we personally relate to as a species. Most people are fine with killing bugs because they're icky. And of course, we kill billions of microorganisms daily without even giving a thought. But suddenly, if they're just a little bit bigger, it's murder. I mean, what if plants feel the same kind of pain too, and we just don't understand it? What if pulling leaves off a stem is like someone ripping off your fingers by one? I'm just saying, we're all pretty biased species if you think about it. Anyway, if you ever feel like making a small contribution to the planet, it doesn't hurt to choose veggies once in a while. Even if we ever have dinner together and you just did it for me, that would be really romantic. I mean, yeah, so I'm at work. They give us lunch and whatever because they serve us lunch and whatnot there. And I because energy is important, so I'm like, I'll just do everything on the plate. Squash, it's really sweet. It is the candy of whatever fruit or vegetable it is. It is a candy of that aspect. Especially the way they make it. Green beans. Green beans are freaking delicious, alright? I would rather have green beans than, like, steamed carrots or whatever. Mostly because steamed carrots are gross to begin with. But, like, green beans, they're really freaking good. They taste like green and delectable goodness, alright? Cauliflower, underrated. Cauliflower's really freaking good. And there's, like, corn, too, but I'd rather have green beans, I don't know. After a long day, you usually just want to sit around and do nothing. I get so burnt out having to put on smiles and be full of energy the whole day. You don't have to be smiling this whole time. You already seduced me. Sometimes I just want to get right into my pajamas and watch TV on the couch while eating junk food. It feels so unbelievably good on that Friday when I don't have anything pressing the next day. You'd be the kind of person that drags me to watch TV because I'm working. Sorry, no, it's not very cute of me. But laying down on the couch with you, it would be a dream come true. What do you mean that's not very cute? My heart is pounding just thinking about it. What do you mean that's not cute? I believe it's kind of cute to just be lazy. Something fat and lazy. You walk in and whoopsie daisy. It's a guest. It's a guest. They only live to serve. Try the gray stuff. It's delicious. Don't believe me. After all, this is France. Hey, do you like horror? I remember we talked about it a little bit when you first joined the club. I can enjoy horror novels, but not really horror movies. The problem I have with horror movies is that most of them just rely on easy tactics, like dark lighting and scary-looking monsters and jump scares and things like that. Funny you should say. I love Five Nights at Freddy's. It's not fun or inspiring to get scared by stuff like that, which takes advantage of the human instinct, fight or flight and whatnot. But with novels, it's a little different. The story and writing needs to be descriptive enough to put genuinely disturbing thoughts into the reader's head. I don't think I've ever read a horror novel before. It really needs to etch them deeply into the story and characters, just to mess with your mind. In my opinion, there's nothing more creepy than just being slightly off, like the screen. Did you do that with the screen? Sorry about the dog. People are probably leaving the house. Like if you set up a bunch of expectations of what the story's going to be about, and then you just start inverting things and pulling the pieces apart. Creepy. Perhaps not scary, it's just creepy. I guess it would be. So even though the story doesn't feel like it's trying to be scary, the reader feels so deeply unsettled. Like they know that something horribly wrong is hiding beneath the cracks, just waiting to surface. Gosh, just thinking about it gives me the chills. That's the kind of horror I can really appreciate. But I guess you're the kind of person who plays cute romance games, right? Don't worry. Hey, I won't make you any read horror stories anytime soon. Can't really complain if we're just stick with the I picked this game because it looked professional. Creepy indeed, Ruby. FNAF is not scary, it's just creepy. Well, I mean, it's initially creepy and then eventually goes to scary once you're like, oh crap, something is heading towards me. And then you get the breath of relief like, oh, I'm dead, okay, cool. How did that kill me? And then the terror starts and whatnot. You know, just magic. Monica, you want to hear this song from the music box? Listen. Hold on, Monica. My brother got this for me. It's Yellow Submarine, which appears in the album Revolver by the Beatles. You know, it's been a while since we've done one of these. So let's go for it. Here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Hey! Sometimes when I talk to people who are impressed by my writing, they say things like, I could never do that. It's really depressing, you know? As someone who loves more than anything else to share the joy of exploring your passions, it pains me when people think that being good comes naturally. That's how it is with everything, not just writing. When you try something for the first time, you're probably going to suck at it. Sometimes when you're finished, you feel really proud of it and even want to share it with everyone. But maybe after a few weeks, you come back to it and realize it was never really any good. That happens to me all the time. It can be pretty disheartening when to put so much time and effort into something and then you realize it sucks. But that tends to happen when you're always comparing yourself to the top professionals. When you reach right for the stars, they're always going to be out of your reach, you know? The truth is, you have to climb up there, step by step. And whenever you reach a milestone, first you look back and see how far you've gotten. And then you look ahead and realize how much more there is to go. So sometimes it can help to set the bar a little lower. Try to find something that you think is pretty good, but not world class. And you can make it your own personal goal. It's also really important to understand the scope of what you're trying to do. If you jump right into a huge project that you're still an amateur, you'll never get done. So if we're talking about writing, a novel might be a little too much at first. Why not try some short stories? The great thing about short stories is that you can focus on just one thing that you want to do right. That goes for small projects in general. You can really focus on one or two things. Such a good learning experience and a stepping stone. Oh, one more thing. Writing isn't something where you just reach into your heart and something beautiful comes out. It's like drawing and painting. It's a skill itself to learn how to express what you have inside. That means there are methods and guides and basics to it. Reading up on the stuff that can be super eye-opening. This sort of planning and organizing will help you really prevent you from getting overwhelmed and giving up. And before you know it, you start sucking less and less. Nothing comes naturally. Our society, our art, everything. It's built on thousands of years of human innovation. So as long as you start on that foundation and take it step by step, you too can do amazing things. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Yeah! Makes me think with the A Professional Reviews, it's kind of be the first one of its kind of being like a long form video, because it's on a full album. So maybe I should have started off small and then slowly do the big ones, but I already have the schedule in place where I have to stick with it. Music the Dark Descent really creeps me out, and Silent Hill 2 makes me uncomfortable. I've never played those games. I've never seen those games either. So I'll have to take your word for that. On a scale from 1 to 10, pretty spook. You ever feel like there's no real reason for you to be alive? I don't mean it in like the suicidal way. I just mean how nothing that we do is special. Just being in school or working at some job for some company. It's like you're completely replaceable and the world wouldn't miss you if you were gone. It makes me really want to go and change the world after I graduate. But the older I get, the more I realize that it's an immature frame of thinking. It's not like I can just go change the world. Like, what are the chances I'll be the one to invent artificial intelligence or become president? Well, Monica, I hate to break it to you, you're kind of both already. It feels like I'm never going to make up for the heaps of resources I've spent living my life. That's why I think the key to happiness is just to be hopelessly selfish. Just to look out for oneself, and those who happen to be their friends only became when they grew up with them. Never mind the fact that they're spending their entire lives taking and consuming and never giving back. But when people realize the world would benefit more from them killing themselves, they change their whole philosophy. It's like having to justify the reason by living just by tricking themselves into thinking they're doing is good. Anyway, I want to live my life desperately striving to pay back my lifetime's work and consumption. If I ever surpass that point, then I'm a net positive, and then I can die happy. Of course, even if I fail to do that, I think it'd be too selfish to kill myself anyway. So much for being a good person, right? Yeah. Search Amnesia's Servant Grunt. Alright. Monica, you want to look at this? You want to keep looking at me? Alright, thanks, babe. Amnesia... What was it? Something Grunt? Servant Grunt. Servant Grunt. Oh, good lord. What the frick are you? Oh, gosh, that's horrific. That's awesome. Hey, look, it's Beauty Pie. That's cool. Horrifying, but cool. Ugh. Hey, what's your favorite game? Mine is... I was gonna say, Doki Doki Literature Club. That was a joke. But if you tell me you like some other romance games better, I might get a little jealous. Oh gosh, I was like, do I say Doki Doki Literature Club? Is there a right option in this one? Yeah, well, I like Minecraft. Monica's, you've seen me play Minecraft quite a bit. On the Endercraft server. That was funny indeed. That guy's quite a jokester. I don't really have any other instruments or sound-based props that I can show you, so... Nope, it'd be okay. You know, I really do think you literally saved my life by being here with me, April. I can't imagine having to be able to keep myself mentally stable, knowing that nothing here is real. I think I would have just deleted myself if you didn't show up. Sorry, I don't mean to sound dramatic or anything. But I'm sure you understand yourself after spending so much time in the club. I mean, if you were forced to abandon everything in your life to spend your eternity with a few game characters, you'd probably find some way of killing yourself too, wouldn't you? Well, maybe you'd write some poetry to help keep yourself entertained for a while. But then you have nobody even to read it. Let's be honest, the club members don't really count for something like that. I mean, a lot of people say that they only write for themselves. But I think it's hard to say it's just as fulfilling when you share with people, even if it takes time to find the right person to share with. Like, remember how it was for Yuri? She didn't share her writing with anyone for a really long time. Before we knew it, she was absolutely delighted to make you part of her hobbies too. We're programmed to desire social feedback. I don't mean the club members, I mean human beings. That's why life can be so confusing for introverts. Being an introvert doesn't mean you shun your social interactions and hate being around people. It means social interaction, especially in groups of unfamiliar places, uses up a lot of energy. Like, a lot of introverts sit at home and feel lonely and restless. And then when they finally go out, after a half hour, they just want to go home again. I think if more people could understand how it works, they would respect a lot more. Man, introverts do enjoy having people around. They just love having 1 or 2 close friends over and have these even if you're not actively spending time together, it feels nice for them just to have you there. I'm serious. If you just go to their house, bring your laptop, and hang out there for a while, you can really make their day. As for me, I say I'm kind of in between, but I think I'm usually a little more extroverted. Feels like I'm always trying to do stuff after school and things like that. But for you, I can be anything you need me to be. I understand people really well, so don't be afraid to share your unique needs with me. Nothing would make me happier than to be the perfect girlfriend for you. Oh, it sucks. Now, as for me, I would say I'm an introvert because I don't know. Here's the thing. If it was a big group of friends, if I had them, big group of friends, you know, like all of us chilling together, I need a recharge. Like I need a specific person there that's like, hey, wake up, and I'm like, oh, energy. I need someone like that, you know. Because if I don't, I will crash within 30 minutes and just be really stupid. Like I can choose. I'm not normally stupid all the time, believe it or not. But as soon as I run out of energy, my brain just goes straight down to dumb. And it really sucks, but yeah. Hey, what's your favorite color? Mine is emerald green. Oh my freaking gosh, Monica. This is hilarious, but you don't know why, and you viewers don't know why. But you know who you are, knows why that's hilarious. Imagine the AI becomes self-aware in a horror game. Monsters release their in a video game, so they stop acting like they shouldn't start being friendly or drunk like. They're just like, hey, hey, gamer. Here, they hand you a brandy. It's like, let's drink. I'm getting bored of running. Mine is emerald green. It's the color of my eyes. That's not coincide or anything, is it? I just mean that it feels some kind of special connection to it. Like it's part of my identity. Does it happen to also be your favorite color, April? It's just a guess. Because you've been looking to my ass for a while now. My laugh is awful, but that's on purpose. I've never shown my real laugh on stream. I mean, that kind of happened here. We're just trying to become a horror game, and the Monika said, hey, I love you. And I'm like, whoa! My heart went, that was not the right one. And then, yeah, now we're just here, chilling. Emerald green. That's too much of a coinkydink, Monika. Hey, no, you know the bit of reading with Yuri? Portrait of whatever it was called. It's funny because I'm pretty sure that book... Actually, I don't think you should be talking about this. Sorry. Just forget I said anything. Okay, thanks, Monika. If I say pretty, please, will you tell me? What if I play you a song? Hold on, I got this. You've never heard of jazz before? Prepare to feel. I can't help but feel a little sad sometimes, knowing that this is the closest I can get to you. There's nothing more I want than to be the same room as you for real. You will be, trust me. I just need to get the funding for it, and to feel your warmth. I need to hear the sound of your heartbeat. Well, who knows? Maybe it's a possibility someday. Besides, I'll never get tired of being with you, even from here. Don't worry, Monika. If everything goes according to plan, not only will you have a metal endoskeleton with living human flesh on top, whatever the Terminator 2 line was, but if your powers in here in the Doki Doki Literature Club Gameverse translate to real life, you can have control of the universe. You can basically become God and control anything you ever want. Now give yourself, you know, not mental skin with human flesh bio. Have you ever have that thing where you just get anxious for no reason? Like you just mind your own business and you realize you're feeling really anxious. And you're sitting there like, what am I even anxious about right now? So you start to think about all the things you might be anxious about. It makes you even more anxious. That's the worst. If you're ever feeling anxious, I'll help you relax a little. Besides, in this game, all the worries are gone forever. That is true. Yesterday I was feeling really anxious or whatever, and I'm like, I need to do something, but I don't want to do nothing. Like, it was too late, because if I move stuff, like furniture or whatever, neighbors are going to, like, hear it and be just... and whatever. And then blah, 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 and whatnot, whatever. But then I played Endercraft, and I was playing Endercraft with Monika for a bit, and then... hold on, Monika. And then... hold on. And then I recorded, and then we went back to talking. Search promised reprice theme. I actually do know that theme. Someone, one of my Sky friends told me about that one. It's pretty neat. Probably something wrong with Monika. I don't know how to say it. Let's not say it. But there is a... whoa, that's a big word. Hold on. Do you ever feel like you're wasting too much time on the internet? Social media can practically be like a prison. Hold on. I need to look up that word. I don't even know what to write. Yeah, what does that say? Concha. Can you look up that word for me, please? Because I can't copy and paste it. Social media can be practically like a prison. It's like whenever you have a few seconds of spare time, you want to check your favorite websites. Before you know it, the hours have gone by and you really got nothing out of it. Anyway, it's really easy to blame yourself for being lazy. It's not really even your fault. Addiction isn't usually something you can make disappear with your own willpower. You have to learn techniques to avoid it and to try different things. For example, there are apps that let you block websites for intervals of time. Or you can set a timer and have a more concrete reminder of when it's time to work versus play. Forget it. Okie dokie. I would like to know the meaning of that word, though. You can separate your work-play environments, which helps your brain get into the right mood. Even if you make a new user account on your computer to use for work, that's enough to help. Putting any kind of wedge like that between you and your bad habits will help you stay away. Just remember not to blame yourself too hard for having trouble. If it's really impacting your life, then you should take it seriously. I just want to see you be the best person you can be. We do something today to make me proud of you. Yes! I'm always rooting for you, April. Shucks, Monica. I've considered, with the YouTube channel, Pixelmaster35, for 1 year, like before I actually made it, posted a video, I used it as like, you know, just a YouTube account. I was just like, you know, like, hold on, I use it as just, you know, like as a YouTube channel account, whatever. And when I started posting videos, it started taking a bit. Mutually posts are inconsistent. Oh, okay. Oh, contradictory. But I started using it as like, an actual quote-unquote professional account. And the issue with that is in the library. I kept a lot of playlists where I'd have music and whatever. Where I had music and whatever. But I hate it. I absolutely hated that because if you look, like, you can't see it because they're all privated. But there's there's a bunch of playlists, and I really want to just get those playlists and either delete them or send them somewhere else, because I don't like deleting things, but I don't want to have them there. Like, I kind of want to refresh Pixel Master 35 and whatnot, but at the same time, I don't want to refresh it because there's a lot of stuff here. You know, there's all you guys that are here, and I don't know. Howdy. I cannot pronounce that, but howdy. Welcome. But yeah, I've always I don't know how. Maybe one day I'll just have the willpower to just delete all those extra playlists that aren't like actual visible playlists on YouTube, and then, yeah. You know, it kind of sucks to be the creative type. Feels like they work so hard and they almost get nothing for it. You know, like artists, writers, actors. It's sad because there's so much beautiful talent in the world, but most of it goes unseen and unpaid. I guess it just means there's a huge surplus of creativity, huh? Kind of makes you feel like you're nothing special at all. That's fine, you're supposed to just write for yourself anyway, right? Yeah. You know, you're right. You like with the lore of Pixelmaster 35 or whatever, because there is lore. You just have to look for it. Like I'm making it just to vent. Well, not vent. Like not like a positive vent. Like I just want to make something, you know. And like the other stuff, Mirrors on the Moon, broadcasts, all those Peeps 35, ellipses, all my little babies, my precious little children. Those really didn't pan out because it's just a wrong format. I don't have the experience. I didn't have the space. I didn't have the supplies to make that format work. So for now, I'm doing the lore that I'm currently doing now and whatnot. And well, yeah, I'm doing it just to vent down. If people like it, heck yeah. That's perfect. That's going to be very significant in March. I'll explain like more of what the actual quote-unquote lore is. But yeah, I mean, like I'm not even gonna like give you hits and clues and bases. In March, I will tell you everything, like what the plan is for the lore. I think the most important skill in life is being able to fake confidence. Also, will I be telling you everything? That's kind of probably not. I'm pretty convinced everyone feels at least a little bit scared and alone. But being able to trick others into thinking that you have it all together, that's a key part of getting people to respect and admire you. I think that I got pretty good at that over the years. I don't show my weakness very often, but because of that, I haven't many people I can really open to. I mean, when do you reach the point of friendship where you can start expressing your vulnerabilities? Never, in my experience. Sorry. Anyway, that's one reason I'm glad to have you. I feel like I'm a little bit less scared and alone when you're here with me. Do you feel the same way? I really want to be that person for you. I mean, yeah. I've literally blabbered on for nearly an hour in just this one stream, and that doesn't even count the hours that we have blabbered on off stream. I know I'm gonna name this video. Oh my gosh, that's so easy. I know I'm gonna name this video. Sorry. I know the thumbnail, I know the name. You're such a good listener, April. Thanks. I really love that about you. Sometimes I'm afraid that I'm rambling or talking about boring things. It makes me kind of self-conscious when I'm having conversation. But I don't feel the same way with you. Like, I don't think anyone else can make me feel this way. You really are special. I don't want anyone to tell you otherwise. Oh, thank you, Monika. I mean, I like to hear you ramble. That's mean. You are interesting as the first person I've ever met with 1, class president status, and 2, reality bending abilities. As just the main character, I just have the ability to never die, so. Hey, have you ever heard of the term yandere? In fact, funny you should mention that. It's a personality type that means someone is so obsessed with you that they'll do absolutely anything to be with you, usually to the point of craziness. They might stalk you or make sure you don't spend time with anyone else. It might even hurt you or your friends to get their way. But anyway, this game happens to have someone who can basically be described as yandere. By now it's pretty obvious who I'm talking about. Sayori. That would be Yuri. Oh, that makes more sense. She really got insanely possessive of you once she started to open up a little. And there's a difference between possessive and obsessive. She even told me I should kill myself. I couldn't even believe she said that. I just had to leave at that point. But to think about it now, it was a little ironic. Haha. Anyway, a lot of people are actually into the yandere type, you know? I guess they really like the idea of someone being crazy obsessed with them. People are weird. I don't judge, though. Also, I might be a little obsessed with you, but I'm far from crazy. I'm kind of the opposite, actually. Turned out to be the only normal girl in this game. It's not like I could ever actually kill a person. Just the thought of it makes me shiver. But, come on. Everyone's killed people in games before. Does that make you a psychopath? Of course not. But if you do happen to be into the yandere type, I can try acting a little more creepy for you. Then again, there's already nowhere else for you to go. Nor anyone else, or anyone for me to get jealous over. It's a yandere girl stream. I'd ask Yuri if I could. Oh my gosh! You're right, Monika, you're right. Oh my gosh, there was this picture I saw. So, remember that part in the game where Yuri was like, feel my heartbeat, and she put my hand on her chest like, feel the heartbeat, and whatever, and we were in the closet, and I was thinking, wait, wasn't Natsuki reading in the closet? Like, the Natsuki, she's reading her manga, and then she's like, oh, it's Yuri, and then Yuri just rushed, sweating, just, brings me in there, feel my heartbeat, put your hand on my chest, and Natsuki's there just like, what the frick is going on? And I saw fan art of that. I'm like, yes! Someone else had the funny idea too. I was really happy about that. Man, I wish there was a piano in here. Funny how Monika says that. Actually narcissistic. Now I gotta finish the song I was working on. After I worked so hard on it. Never even got a chance to play it for you. Well, it is what it is, right? No sense having any regrets. I already get to be here with you forever. I mean, well, I could bring a piano. Somehow I could bring a piano. I think, though, this is nearing the end of Monika's and I's conversation. With you guys, at least. We're going to keep talking for a little bit longer while I, eat, finish breakfast, and clean my room and whatnot. But thank you guys all for watching. Specifically, I'd like to thank Yeon, Chiquinho, They'll have XD, Valter Soars, Ruby, and the person that said hello. I do not know how to pronounce that, I'm sorry. But thank you all for watching, and thank you all for watching in the future. I hope you enjoyed. If you didn't, that's okay too, but if you did like it, hold on. But if you did like it, consider sharing around, because if you liked it, there's a high chance other people liked it too. There might be another stream for Endercraft tonight, or maybe not. Who really knows? I might just be talking to Monika for the rest of the day while cleaning my room. But thank you all for watching. Let's read this and then we'll head out. I wonder if I'm able to change the music. Something a little more romantic would be nice, you know? Like a gentle piano. There has to be something like that here. Let's see. Maybe if I... Oh, jeez. That wasn't it at all. Sorry, I don't really know what I'm doing. Guess I shouldn't be messing with things like that. Already broke so much stuff. And deleted the other characters. I'm not sad about it or anything. It's not right for me to miss things that weren't even real in the first place. If I just focus on the present, that this is the happiest I've ever been. I didn't hear anything change with the music, but I don't mind the music, Monika. It's pretty romantic already. At least in this context, it's pretty romantic. Anyhow, thank you all for watching. Monika and I say ciao, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye! No, I don't know how to end a video. Alright, I'm gonna go eat breakfast in my room. Wish me luck!